It's time for Friday Night Flights. Now, here's Sports Director Bruce Rader.
It began in stifling August heat, 2-a-day practices, 10 regular season games, and on this cool night in November under a blazing full moon, it ends. Some teams will return next week for the playoffs. Others, well, they'll go home and wait until next year. Who stays and who goes? Let's find out. Friday Night Flights starts now. I'm Bruce Rader. Welcome to the regular season finale of Friday Night Flights, and we begin with the game of the week in Virginia Beach. Ocean Lakes ranked 14th in the nation this week, looking for its third straight Beach District title. Ocean Lakes wearing the yellow jersey didn't waste much time. First drive, Taj Capehart, the sophomore, takes the Brandon O'Neill swing pass, takes it home for a touchdown, and then Ocean Lakes back the very next drive. This time it's T.J. Griffin, the senior. Look at that, right into your living room, all the way inside the Salem 5, and then, hey, who would you go to next? Well, how about give it to Griffin? He's going to pound it home. Just like that, Ocean Lake takes the early lead. Now Salem, and they're really good, only one loss this year. Their offense hadn't been held below 20 points yet this season. Quarterback Gerald Lightbody and the Sun Devil offense, though, just couldn't get anything going tonight. Now, the normally stout Salem defense held Ocean Lake's star running back Jason Lewis to just 11 yards rushing in the first half, but allowed 41 points overall. Ocean Lakes wins easily and finishes 10-0 to lock up the top seed in 6A's South region. Salem will finish 8-2 on the year. We'll also go to the playoffs. Oscar Smith will be the second seed in the Division 6A South playoffs. They finished their regular season against Hickory tonight. Ocean Lakes looking for its 74th straight district game. In white, Sean Mitchell to Sean Daniel. Daniel taking it all the way down to the 12-yard line, and that would set up this short run by another Sean Campario. Ocean Lakes on its way to its 11th straight Southeastern District title. Mitchell to Anthony Elliott on the short pass, and he would muscle his way through for the score. Oscar Smith ready for another playoff run. They knocked off Hickory tonight 41-7. The Tigers clinch the number 2 seed in the 6A South playoffs behind top seed Ocean Lakes, and hopefully this is the year we finally get that Oscar Smith Ocean Lakes playoff matchup. We'll see. In Portsmouth, it was senior night for Norcom, the playoff-bound Greyhounds, hosting perennial power Lake Taylor from Norfolk. A lot of defense in this one. Lake Taylor and White go into the air, but out of nowhere, it's Norcom senior Antoine Edwards leaping for the interception. The Greyhounds forced the turnover, and they were not finished. Lake Taylor, they're going to pass again. Shaheem Johnson's going to throw one deep, but once again, another Norcom interception. This time, it's Josh Elliott. He comes up with a pick. The Norcom D was showing up big time tonight. The Greyhounds, though, cannot capitalize. Lake Taylor back on offense. Shaheem Johnson's pass is tipped, but it goes right into the hands of Carlos Hinton for the Titans touchdown. Lake Taylor has a tough defense, though, as well. Wayne Davis right here with the interception, and he is off to the races. That, my friends, is a pick 6 for Lake Taylor. Lake Taylor wins it 29-0. They claim the top seed in the 4A South region, and they look to have another good chance to win another state title. And joining us tonight, we have another first-timer on Friday Night Flights, the co-host of the Hampton Roadshow, Aubrey Aquino. Welcome.
Great to be here, Bruce. Thanks for having me. You know, football weather was in the air, and it was a great atmosphere in Virginia Beach for that big game between Salem and Ocean Lakes. Nice crowd out tonight for both schools, actually. Of course, Ocean Lakes having the home field advantage. And among Ocean Lakes' most spirited supporters, we found senior cheer captain Sammy Sechrist. She's been cheering from the sidelines since before she was in high school, but you know what? She's also an amazing singer who has shared the stage with country superstar Keith Urban, and she's even auditioned in New York for NBC's hit show, America's Got Talent. So I asked her how cheer duties stack up against those two brushes with fame.
I'm so blessed to be able to have all these opportunities around me, so, you know, I'm really blessed.
You go, Sammy. It's great to see that she still ranks her high school experiences cheering at Ocean Lakes high on the list. And that's not all, you know, we have featured her on the Hampton Road Show, too. Nice work tonight by Sammy and the entire Spirit Squad pulling out all the stunts for us tonight.
Well, she's been on the Hampton Road Show. Obviously, she's a star.
Exactly.
Finals from the beach. Kellam over Princess Anne tonight, 35-14. And get this, Princess Anne, despite only a 2-8 record, they're going to make the playoffs. Kellam is in as well, so is Green Run. The Stallions over Lansdowne 21-13.
Well, Cox with a shutout win over Kempsville. Bayside 33-7 over First Colonial. Next week in the playoffs, it's Cox against Bayside. In York County, Tabb and Grafton have both qualified for the 4A South Region playoffs.
But you know what? I don't think that took any luster from tonight's showdown at Bailey Field, because you know what? This is a big rivalry game. We're going to pick it up in the second quarter. Tabb looking to add to its 35-10 lead, and Alex Curick finds Antoine Hicks on the flats for the touchdown and a 42-10 halftime lead. So now let's go to Tabb on defense. Grafton's Adam King is going to float a pass across the middle, and it's picked off by Nick Hunter, who also scored a touchdown on offense. He'll work his way down to the 20-yard line, and on the very next play, Hunter would get rewarded for his interception as Curick hits Hunter in the end zone for the touchdown, and that starts the clock running. Tyson Jackson would return 2 fumble recoveries for touchdowns as Tabb goes on to win 56-10. Both teams, though, playoff bound, but it's Tabb that will go into the postseason with the most momentum. Poquoson is playoff bound. The Islanders trying for their 8th win of the season. They hosted a winless Jamestown team. Nathan Ward, 140 yards, 2 scores. Here's his first for Poquoson, but it wouldn't be his last. Jamestown looking to get their offense started, but that tough Poquoson defense would have nothing of it. Nathan Ward with the pick. He'll go all the way into the red zone to set up another Islander touchdown. Poquoson's offense was unstoppable tonight. The Islanders' Ethan Bryce here, 200 yards and 3 touchdowns as he takes it into the end zone for another Islander touchdown. And Poquoson's defense would do the rest as they go on to shut out Jamestown 49-0 and will start the playoffs at home next week. Lafayette wraps up a perfect regular season with a 28-0 win over York. War Hill by 8 over New Kent.
The Smithfield Packers end their regular season with a 42-0 win over Bruton.
And still to come, an All-Chesapeake showdown as Great Bridge was looking to snap Indian River's 7-game winning streak.
And Chopper 10 heads to Kings Fork High School in Suffolk for the Bulldogs' home game against the Western Branch Bruins.
We are the Kings Fork Cheerleaders. Don't go away. Bruce and Aubrey will be right back with more Friday Night Lights.
The Marching Bulldogs of Kings Fork High School in Suffolk, they are the Friday Night Flights Band of the Week, and I've got to tell you, they're one of the best bands we've seen all season long.
I would agree. You can see their entire performance by logging on to wavy.com. There's also slideshows, top 10 plays of the week, previous bands of the week, past episodes of Friday Night Flights. It's all on wavy.com.
Indeed it is. All right, big game in Suffolk, 7-2 Western Branch against 7-2 Kings Fork. Now, both teams have qualified for the playoffs, and both teams really have outstanding running backs. They have Deshaun Weatherington of Kings Fork and Corey Gray of Western Branch. Let me show you the highlights. We're going to pick up the action in the third quarter. Western Branch down 14-0.
Until the Bruins quarterback Daniel Griffith runs it in for the score. Western Branch down 7. Now in the fourth quarter, the Bruins driving to tie it up, but the Kings Fork defense was up to the challenge as Cullen Marshall sacked Griffith, and the Bulldogs would go on to win 14-7. No shortage of enthusiasm from the stands in the cold over at Kings Fork. The crowd celebrating senior night for the seniors, not only out on the field playing football, but the band and cheerleaders too. It's their last home game. I ran into one man who was so proud to be home to watch his son take the field every Friday night this season after a long military deployment, and he told me just how special tonight was since his son is part of the senior class.
It's a total blessing. He's kept his health. He's got a lot of good friends, and just teamwork. The big concept of teamwork. That'll help him later on in life.
I'm sure he was happy to see his son's team take the W tonight. I also noticed the 8 Kings Fork cheerleaders who are all seniors, all sporting a medal around their necks for senior night. Lots of balloons and happy fans hanging out. and I can't do this without mentioning how impressed I was by the band. They were working it, and the majorettes working it out in their not-so-warm uniforms, not missing a beat. It was great out there.
It wasn't that cold, was it?
For me, it was. All right, let's go on to Chesapeake. 2 teams that have secured spots in the 5A South Region playoffs.
We're talking about Indian River and Great Bridge, 2 longtime rivals. Indian River having one of its best season in years. You know, the Braves have won 7 straight games. It was homecoming to Great Bridge. This one looked all to be over, with Great Bridge leading 28-7 at halftime, but Indian River trying to rally. Third quarter, Tyree Givers-Wilson dumps it out to Kyron Best, and he's going to run at 50 yards before he's brought down. And from there, Wilson would then show off his arm, and boy, he's got a good one. He's going to take it, go back, look for Best, makes the big connection. The Braves cut the deficit to 12. And then still in the third quarter, how about Best again? He's going to launch another bomb. What an arm this kid has. This time a 30-yarder to Best. Yet again, he would get it to 28-21, but Great Bridge would come on strong at the end and go on to snap Indian River's win streak, 31-21. Grassfield defeated Lakeland tonight, 35-21. Nansemond River with the shutout over Deep Creek. The private school playoffs got underway tonight. The VISAA Division II state semis, Bishop Sullivan from Virginia Beach hosting Trinity Episcopal. Third quarter, Trinity in white. Blake Bowen, the lob to Trevion Armstrong. Nice catch in the corner. The Crusaders are in trouble, down 28-7, but Blake LaRussa finds George Wahi. Brilliant move by the senior. He's gone, 28-14. Fourth quarter, there goes the power back, Kevin Hicks. Look at him run. He won't go down. They get a touchdown out of it to make it 28-21, and the comeback is on. And that game, well, that'd be as close as it would get. Trinity converts a few huge third downs, and they win the game 37-21. Bishop Sullivan's season is now over.
2 more private school finals. St. Anne's Belfield knocks off Nansemond Suffolk Academy. Christchurch 20-18. Winners over Atlantic Shores. We'll be right back.
Once again, the outstanding Kings Fork Marching Band under the direction of Bernard Bentley, the Friday Night Flights Band of the Week.
To see their entire performance, and it's a good one, just go to wavy.com and click on sports.
It is good. That's a great band. More finals. How about the Granby Comets? They wait until the last game of the season to win their first one, and they do it in style, 26-7 over the rivals from Maury. Booker T. Washington, 33-10 over Churchland.
The Norview Pilots, 29-7 over the Wilson Presidents. A shout out to Surrey County coach Irvin Jones. His Cougars finished the regular season 9-1 with a 6-point win over their rivals from Sussex Central.
Good for them. Parkview with a big win over Windsor, 48-14, and in one of Western Tidewater's biggest rivalries, the Southampton Indians over the Franklin Broncos, 36-32. Well, that does it for the regular season of Friday Night Flights. Aubrey, thanks for being with us. You did a great
good to
job.
Be here, Bruce. You know, it just went so quick.
It did go quick.
It just flew right by like Friday Night Flights.
It did.
It was a great time. I had so much fun.
Thanks. And don't forget to get all your scores and highlights on the top 10 plays of the week and the band of the week. Just go to Friday Night Flights webpage on wavy.com. College football tomorrow. William & Mary is at home against Elon, and for the first time in 35 days, Old Dominion returns to SB Ballard Stadium for a home game against Florida International. And in case you missed the Old Dominion football show tonight, you can find it. Just go to wavy.com.
Wavy.com, that's where it's at. The Admirals won their first road game of the season, beating Syracuse.
Nathan Epstein will be here tomorrow and Friday with the weekend sports wrap. I'll see you back here on Monday. Again, this is the regular season finale of Friday Night Flights, but we'll be back next week with, well, I guess the season premiere of the playoff edition.
Yes, sounds good.
Our thanks to our producer, Brian Parsons, and all of the photographers and staff that make Friday Night Flights what it is. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Have a great weekend. Good night.